Right, I'm going to have another go at some faux leather. All right, so I want to make a journal. This is Amazon packaging. Okay, I'm going to do, this is just the packaging, so it's not that thick. But I want to have a play with some conditioner. Okay, but I'm going to still use my glycerin just so I can scrunch it up. Yeah, so this, oh, I've got to shake it. I'm still going to use that to soften everything because let's get the ends in so you can protect them a little bit. Oh, by the way, that I can't remember, momigami, is it? That's dry now. I looked at it, I totally forgot about it. Hold on. So I know people were asking because it was quite oily. I'm still not 100% sure whether, you know, if you use that in a journal, it would, it's all right, I'm still scrunching that up. It would, you know, come off. I can't feel it. It's dry for me, but this one, yeah, there's nothing there. And I've blotted it, you know, with like napkin to check, but there's nothing oily coming out. But whether I'd risk it, I don't know. But I think little projects, but it was fun to do. And I really enjoyed the actual process and everything like that. I think, yes, we could do something with it. But at least it is dry now. So there is a video on that. I'll put the link below on that. Okay, but I'm just showing you an update of that. Yeah. Right, okay, so I'm scrunching this up now and open it out. So I'm not sure what the glycerin will do with the conditioner, because some people use just conditioner and some people use the glycerin, which that's all I have used. So except for the olive oil for that, but that's a different process. Right, let's put a little bit more on. And I usually do this with card, so not paper. But when you use Mod Podge or a sealer on it, it should work. As long as it don't tear before we get there. Okay, so we put a bit of conditioner on. Smells nice. It smells better in olive oil. If it goes slightly transparent, we're going to see that tick, aren't we? On the back. The arrow from, not tick, is it an arrow? From Amazon. Yeah, there, look. But then I'm going to stain this up, so. It's becoming more malleable now. I bet it turns out really great, right? And then all you can see is the tick and the barcode. I think it's better if I put it on my hands like I do with the olive oil. And condition your hands at the same time. Look, that's nice, like dry skin. Yeah. It just feels lovely. It really does feel lovely. Right, so I'm going to leave that to dry. Right, so that's nice and dry. So I'm going to ink up now, actually. I'm going to make a mess, aren't I? So, never mind. I'm going to use some vintage photo. I've got a bit of walnut stain, and I use a bit of fire brick, but I might use the fire brick from the Distress. I'm not going to this actually needs re-inking, but I'll use this today, okay, because I like that because it gives a little sort of reddy tinge to the leather look. So I'm gonna do it that way. Need a sponge. Yeah, I've been having trouble with my Cameo since the last Windows update. Oh, it knocked all my settings out with my printer. So everything was going to letter. So I couldn't get it to do the registration marks. And honestly, I've been 2 hours. Sorted it now. Had to go into the depths of the computer and change the preferences. Because what Windows has done is gone back to the original settings. And also, I think Xyron have updated their firmware on their printers, and everything was just not listening to each other. So I've had a morning of that. So I'm relaxing now. Okay. Oh, that's telling me my machine has updated its firmware. And then you go to use your machine, and that's got update too. So, right. Okay, let's get on with this then. I've just cut a few things out, so I had to have a little break before I even started. Right, let's have a look. I don't want it full strength, so let's have a bit of this. I'm just wondering whether to put it in a little pot. There we are. This will be right. Let's clean that out a minute. Oh, it's just glue, so that's all right. Let's put a bit of that in. I always start off with the lightest colour, and I think I better wear gloves because I'm going to do another video after this. It won't be very nice because my hands will be well stained. Yeah, and I'm going to put a bit of water with that to water it down, and then I use a sponge. Oops, I always put my hands through gloves when I was hairdressing. Oh my gosh, did I go through some gloves? That was terrible. Right, a bit of water. There we are. Okay. Okay, you can use shoe polish and things like that if you want. Okay. I'm going to put a bit of water in. Let's okay. It's just easier to, it don't soak up so much and use so much of it. So I'll just put a bit more in. Only got one of these actually, so I've got to be a bit careful. Okay. Oops. At least it's water based, so we know it will be all right. Oh, it's a mucky job, but yeah, so just wondering what it was like with the conditioner. And it's paper, you know, it's not but I am gonna cover, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna put sort of like Mod Podge or something like that on it. So don't know where the paint splatters come from, but never mind. Adds to it, doesn't it? See how that bit was quite concentrated there, wasn't it? So what I'm going to do is just do a little bit more of that in places, okay? Because we know it's going to dry lighter. I've no idea where them white spots have come from. I haven't been splattering with this, so right, okay, right, going to leave that to dry now. Not worried about that side because it's got more going on yet. So I will clean up, even though I'm going to get mucky again. And I shall gonna put that on the heater to dry while I go and have my lunch, and then we can come back. So let's keep that nice and crinkled. Okay, I'm doing that so that when it dries, it dries a few crinkles in, because at the moment it's sort of coming out, but then it's great. But when I stick that to card as well and then go over it, do you know, that's going to look lovely. It feels great. Right, so that's dry and it's looking lovely. Do you know what? It feels absolutely gorgeous, to be honest. I'm going to use a little bit of red fabric, okay? And I'm just going to put that over a little bit. Right, so a little bit of, should we do ground espresso as well? Okay. Don't think there's much on that one either. No. These are all my old ones, so do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use a bit of the oxide. I don't think it's going to go much darker than that unless I put a walnut thing on. Let's have a look. I'm not worried about the colour of that because this is going to be mounted. Right. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm going to leave that, and when I add what I'm going to add, this will disperse some of it. Okay, and I think I'm going to use, do I use matte, or do you know what, I'm going to use a glossy one today. So I'm going to use this. This is for furniture. Okay, and I don't mind if there's a bit dark in here, all right, because it's going to mix with this anyway. So you can make your own stain if you wanted to. Right, have I got a big brush here? It's not too hard. I did have one. Ah, yeah, I do. Just so on that one. I think that's all right. Okay. And I'm going to seal it a bit. Yeah. I like this sort of patchy look, so I'm going to leave it as is. It's really nice. I'm not sure about this bit here. Okay, so before that happens, before it dries, I'm going to put a bit of that. It's just faded a little bit there for some reason. So just using what's left here, so in the sponge. Okay, right, leave that to dry and I'll be back in a minute. There we go, folks. Okay, now I don't understand, right, how this feels like suede. I'm not sure whether you can pick up on that, but that actually feels like suede. It is weird, and when I went to cut it, it was actually really quite strong. So yeah, I had to do it with my craft knife instead, but then I didn't mind, you know, because I want it to look not sort of straight. I was unsure whether the sides would rip or anything like that, so that's why I left it slightly bigger. Next time I would cut it to size, because I've had no rips or anything in this. So, and then I can get that nice wavy sort of oldie worldy edge on that. It's lovely, and I'm most probably, because I do like a 3-1 like I done with the tissue paper, something like that. And then I'll do the same. I'll link that video below, because I done it with tissue paper and then I lined it. I don't know whether I showed that anyway, but I'll line it with, I've got some of this that you iron on. Okay, and it's slightly quilted. Yeah, and because this is really thin, so I need to back that, you know, I need something. And then I've got some nice, so this is that calico. Yeah, and I would use that. So I will go ahead and do that, because I really can't show you how I cut it. It's not here, because it's not enough room. And then I'm going to lengthen my stitch when I sew. Hopefully I'll remember to make it look like leather, and use cream. Yeah, and then I think that's going to look rather lovely. And then we could sew a button on here or something like that for a closure. But I am really, really loving that. It's really nice. Okay, I'm not sure whether I'd do the shiny next time. I think I would try the matte on it. It's okay. I most probably could go over it and you know, dull it down a bit. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna leave it alone because I still like it, but I think I would go for the matte next time. So, but this is amazing me. It's just like, even that, where that's sort of like, this feels furry. Weird. Very weird. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.